I got to remember to push that button. I have trouble with that. But good morning, everybody. Welcome to the March 21st meeting of the Prescott Board of Adjustments. And we've got a couple of items on the agenda today. But before we do that, I'm going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you all please stand in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yay.
Thank you. I'm going to do roll call. I'm the chairman, Jim Lamerson. Vice Chair, Tony Teeters.
Here.
Thomas Davis.
Here.
Mary Frederickson.
Here.
Miriam Halbrook.
Here.
Mark Hoekness.
Here.
James Myers. Okay, so we have a quorum here. We have 6 folks, and it will take 4 to approve anything. So moving right along, I'll turn to staff for the first presentation.
We do need to vote on last meeting's minutes.
So the first thing we're going to do is approve the minutes. And did you guys have a chance to read them? Any questions on the minutes? Not hearing any. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, Tom Davis, I move to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Tony Teeters, second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Chairman, Mary Frederickson, I have to abstain. I was not here for that meeting.
Thank you. So the minutes are approved 5 with one abstention. So you got that, right? All right. Moving right along, let's discuss CUP 24001.
Okay, so good morning, Chairman, board members, Kaylee Nunez, Community Planner. So gonna shake things up a little bit. We're gonna reverse the order of the items as CUP 23-006. The applicant is asking for a deferral. You will see the letter in front of you. So that will take a vote to approve that. Essentially, they're still in negotiations with Prescott Canyon Estates HOA. So we are not quite at the final product. We do have the applicant here.
Thank you very much for bringing that up if they wish to defer it. Do I have any discussion on the board here to discuss that?
Mr. Chair, Mark Hoekness.
Yes, sir.
I believe we have the applicant here. I'd just like to hear the reason for the deferral.
Mr. Applicant, state your name.
My name is Daniel Chambers. I work for Quick Trip Corporation, and I office out of 1116 East Broadway Road in Tempe, Arizona. We are requesting a deferral this time. Last time we met, you guys asked us to work with the Prescott Canyon Estates HOA. We have made progress, but we have not finalized it. I would like to come to you guys next meeting when we have everything finalized, so so you guys see the final product in its entirety.
Thank you for your comments. I would like to hear from the representative for the HOA.
My name's Karen Monks. I'm the president of the Prescott Canyon Estates HOA at 2280 Prescott Canyon Circle in Prescott. We have been working with Daniel and his team to try to come to a resolution. I can't say that it hasn't been rocky. We haven't heard from them in 13 days, so we're hoping that things move along at a better clip and that there's some, I have to say, a little bit more cooperation between the parties here because we're getting stonewalled quite a bit. Do you have any questions, sir?
Thank you for your comments. What I will ask you is your preference a 30-day or a 60-day deferral?
Can you live with 60? We'll try to do it in 30, sir. We really don't want to drag this out.
Okay, thank you for your comment. Any discussion from the board? Do I have a motion to defer the action for 30 days.
Yeah, we'll specify the April 18th Board of Adjustment meeting.
Thank you. Date specific, April 18th.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Mark Hokins here. I'll move that we defer CUP 23-006 for 30 days.
Do I have a second?
Mr. Chairman, Tom Davis, second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, I didn't hear any. So the motion to defer until April 18th specific has been approved.
Sir, may we have a few minutes to vacate the room so that we don't disturb the rest of your meeting, please?
Yes, you can. I don't want to say please vacate the room though, okay?
Go ahead, Craig. Watch.
That's why someone dropped one. That's why Will said. I know why.
I didn't want to have to pick you up. So I would have laughed. Actually, I would have laughed, then picked you up. You know, I'm honest about it. Nice to know. There you go.
I didn't recognize you. It is as hard as here.
Doesn't leave you guys with much, does it? What a crock. Oh. Us students are all here to talk.
You might want to close the doors because they're out in the hallway. Are you ready?
I was just getting ready to ask you, are you ready to proceed with conditional use permit 24001?
Yes. Item 3B.
Yes, thank you.
Sure. So before you is a request for a conditional use permit for a new church. So this is located off of Willow Creek Road next to the Pinion Oak subdivision. Just to the north, there is another church. It is RE 2 acre. So when the property was annexed into the city of Prescott, the underlying zoning was probably RCU 2A in the county. So when we bring in an annexation, we rezone it to a similar zoning, which would have been RE 2 acre. And there's been no rezoning requests along this at this time, except to the property to the south, the BR. So here's the subject property is vacant at this time. The access is through the Pinion Oaks subdivision, similar to the adjacent church to the north. This was, you saw a similar request on this property back in 2021. They asked for a variance to reduce the side setbacks because they were going to make it a lot wider. The variance was denied, but you approved the CUP. Because of the time frame and the changes of the site plan, staff requested that they reapply for the CUP and come back through this process to make sure we aren't missing anything and there might be new property owners out there. But at this time, we have not heard from anybody from the neighborhood that we've noticed. And it was posted out on the main street and on the property. Here's the main access to the parcel. into the adjacent church. It is just a side road off of it that dead ends into the two churches. And so to the left is the existing church, and the right is the subject parcel, which is already a flat lot, pretty much ready to start developing. And here's the adjacent church. When we looked up the CUP for this church, there were no conditions added to it. It's kind of set back from the property. And then here's the subject property adjacent to it. It was reviewed for all the criteria. There's no effect on the environment. It is a commercial corridor through this area. It is compatible with the surrounding area. Churches are allowed in residential neighborhoods. And there's an adjacent church next door. External impacts have been minimized. They are producing a wall and landscaping along the residence to the east or west. Infrastructure impacts, there's already infrastructure in the area. It's consistent with the general plan. This is the adequate parcel size for what they're looking at, and the site plan meets all our development criteria. This is our use table where it shows churches, they're allowed with a conditional use permit in the residential zoning districts. That's just to make sure we're not addressing any possible impacts there may be. And they're allowed in commercial and industrial areas. We did reach out to the property owners within 300 feet, and we posted the property and published the article in the paper, and we did not hear anything from any of the residents. And that concludes my presentation. The applicant is here to address any questions you may have too.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from the board?
Yes, Mary Frederickson. I was here for the original application, and I do remember there was the discussion about the setback. Has that been resolved?
The site plan before you meets all the development criteria, and they're meeting all the setbacks and all the development criteria for a church.
So this plan is different than what
Yes.
had been presented in 2020?
2021, yeah, the 2021, it had the site plan with the variance request, but the variance was denied, but the CUP was approved. But because of the changes in the site plan and the time frame, they're supposed to start construction within 12 months with the CUP, and it's been delayed. So we asked them to come forward with a new one to make sure we have the right site plan approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your question. Are there any other questions from the board? Hearing any, do we have a motion to either accept or deny the CUP?
Chair, Mary Frederickson, I would move to accept CUP 24-001.
Thank you. Do I have a second? I'll second the motion. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All those opposed indicate by saying aye. Not hearing any opposition. The CUP is approved. 5-0, I believe. So there we are.
6-0.
Are we got sick now?
At 6. Yep.
Okay. I remember we were talking about that here a few minutes ago. So, all right. Are there any staff updates?
No, we have no updates.
Gosh,
Sorry.
can't we meet just the meat? We're adjourned.